He was my classmate. He was 18 years old in 10 days, and I was 18 years old in 3 months or something like that. And we were close to getting our badge. He ran an engine 26, and that goes back to what I said about only time you would see somebody from the east side is if it was a big fire. And I ran an engine 40. Engine 40 and engine 26 never met. But because this was the fifth alarm, we met up at the warehouse fire, you know. And that particular day I was doing truck service on ladder 17. And we heard over the radio that the building had collapsed. And I just came out of the bucket. So I was resting on the side of the rig. But where I was resting at, you could run right through the two buildings, and you can be right where they collapsed at. And so me and the commissioner met up. I think he was running at ladder 9 or squad 4 at that time. And we followed the line, you know, down into this hole, and all of a sudden the line was straight debris, bricks, everything, and we started digging. And we used to have, trial men used to have on their helmets blue diamonds. And the blue diamonds would signify to the rest of the department that these guys are trial firefighters. And I came to a helmet with blue diamonds. And I thinking to myself real fast, this guy's in my class, not knowing that it's Larry McDonald. And it's another layer of brick and all of that, and you can see like another rubber coat. And that was his lieutenant, Lieutenant Lau. And so we pulled him out, and they hit the horn for everybody to come out this building. And I remember coming out of this little hole where we were at digging, and it was like a line of firefighters waiting to get in this hole to help dig, because the original message was 3 firefighters had fell through the roof. But the third one was Jimmy Mack, the commissioner. He didn't fall through the roof. And so when I get back to my rig, the big imposing lieutenant that I told you about, Ralph Gardner, he was upset because I left the rig without, he was up in the bucket. So I left the rig without telling him. And he got word over the radio that one of the trial firefighters had got hurt, and he thought it was me. And he knew my mother, he knew my father, you know, and he was livid. And he made me go around the corner to the bar on the corner of Warren and Lawton and use the payphone to call my mother and tell her I was okay. But I couldn't get in touch with her because our line was busy, because so many people were calling to see if I was at work. You know, my father came to the fire, but I never saw him. He stood across the freeway, and you could feel the heat from the fire across the freeway. I remember the helicopter landing on the freeway and taking Larry McDonald and Lieutenant Lau away. I remember another one of my classmates who wasn't at work. We had been at the fire so long, we were there for like 11 hours. He had been there so long, he went down to McDonald's on the Grand River. And McDonald's gave him 184 hamburgers for free, just to bring to the firemen. You know, we were there for so long. We picked up from the fire, and they filled us in at our firehouse with another company. And our firehouse was just, the company that filled in would just take messages. You know, like if TFF Davis got a message, they would write down who called. Lieutenant Gardner took the message. I had 84 messages. My grandmother saw it in Birmingham, Alabama. Uncle saw it in California. It was a long, long day. You know, I got my hands burnt digging. And so the Reverend McNeely came to my house to see if I was okay. You know, and they were worried about me because I'm a trial man. My trial man dies, and I find him. So I go down to medical, then I go to the funeral, and this is the biggest funeral I've ever seen before in my life. The Canadian Mounties came with horses. I remember the firemen were from all over the world, like breast to breast, shoulder to shoulder, across Washington Avenue, as far as you could see, just different uniforms. And I thought, this is unbelievable, you know. I just came on the fire department just to get a job because I didn't want to go to college, you know. And now I'm in this family, that's bigger than anything, you know.